Once upon a time, there was a young man who lived in loneliness and emptiness. Orphaned from childhood, he had no family to rely on and no friends to share his life with. He worked for a strict boss in a job that brought neither joy nor excitement. His home was nothing more than a small, quiet room where each evening he returned to cook, eat alone, and go to sleep. Day after day repeated exactly the same. Wake up, work, cook, have dinner, sleep, leaving him with a deep longing for something to break the monotony of his dull life. One evening, as usual, the young man prepared for chapatis and some vegetables for dinner. After washing his hands and returning to the table, he was surprised to see that one chapati had disappeared. At first, he thought he had miscounted, but the same thing happened the next night, and the night after that. Determined to uncover the truth, he watched in silence and finally caught the culprit, a plump, round mouse. Strangely, the mouse could talk. It called him brother and explained that it was only taking its share of fate, asking permission to keep one chapati each day. Seeing the young man's confusion, the mouse revealed it knew someone who could answer the deepest questions in life, Gautam Buddha, and advised him to go meet him. Following the mouse's advice, the next morning the young man asked for 5 days off and began his journey to see Gautam Buddha. On the first night, he stopped at a large mansion to seek shelter. The kind owner welcomed him and, upon learning his destination, asked, "Please ask him when my daughter will speak. She has been silent for 20 years. The young man agreed. The next day, on a snowy mountain path, he met a sage meditating. Knowing the young man was going to meet Buddha, the sage also requested, "I have cultivated for 1,000 years, but still cannot ascend to heaven. Why?" He continued his journey and reached the bank of a wide river, where a giant tortoise blocked his way. Hearing the story, the tortoise also posed a question. "I have been stuck here for 500 years. When will I become a dragon?" The tortoise then carried him safely across the river. Finally, the young man arrived at Gautam Buddha's monastery. After listening to the profound teachings, he was allowed to ask questions. However, Buddha would only answer 3, while he had 4, from the mansion owner, the sage, the tortoise, and his own. Faced with a difficult choice, the young man thought for a long time and decided to sacrifice his own question to help the other 3. Buddha smiled in approval and prepared to give his answers. Gautam Buddha gave his solutions one by one. He said the mansion owner's daughter would speak when she got married. The sage could ascend to heaven if he let go of the magical staff he had held for so long. The giant tortoise would become a dragon if it willingly removed its heavy shell. 3 answers that seemed simple but held the power to change the destinies of all 3. On his way back, the young man met the tortoise first. Hearing Buddha's words, it shed its shell and instantly transformed into a dragon, leaving behind a pile of priceless pearls before flying away. Next, he met the sage and delivered Buddha's message. Let go of the magical staff. As soon as he dropped it, the sage rose to heaven, leaving the staff to the young man. Finally, he returned to the mansion to deliver the news. The delighted owner offered his daughter's hand in marriage, and on their wedding day, she spoke her first words. "You were the one who came to our house that night." The story shows that greatness does not come from selfishness, but from kindness and sacrifice. When you are willing to help others, you will receive unexpected rewards from life. Giving does not diminish what you have. It brings back far more. Let go of selfishness and fear, and open your heart to embrace opportunities and blessings, for what you give will always return to you in the most magical way.